Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, home of your University of Tampa Spartans. Tonight, the Spartans welcome Mercy College. Here are tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the Mavericks of Mercy College, who enter tonight's game with a record of 3-3. In goal is a junior from Rockaway, New Jersey, number 00, Olivia Maute. Midfielder is a junior from Massapequa, New York, number 7, Kelly Rosenfield. Attacker is a grad student from Seaford, New York, number 8, Jacqueline Grzelak. Midfielder is a senior from Farmingdale, New York, number 10, Aaron Shimborski. Attacker is a grad student from Seaford, New York, number 11, Caitlin Grzelak. Defender is a junior from Farmingdale, New York, number 12, Savannah Spadalik. Defender is a grad student from Massapequa Park, New York, number 14, Michaela Brady. Defender is a grad student from Massapequa Park, New York, number 20, Allie Bigelin. Attacker is a sophomore from Greenlawn, New York, number 24, Leah Hansen. Midfielder is a grad student from Putnam Valley, New York, number 26, Jessica Denicky. Attacker is a grad student from Putnam Valley, New York, number 27, Emma Ribbon. And defender is a junior from Brookhaven, New York, number 29, Carly Dialosa. Head coach of the Mavericks is Don Sachs. And let's meet your University of Tampa Spartans, who enter with a record of 6-2. Midfielders are freshmen from Suffern, New York, number 3, Jenna Myhall. Midfielder is a senior from Waxhaw, North Carolina, number 6, Cece Colombo. Midfielder is a senior from Bohemia, New York, number 11, Emma McLaughlin. Midfielder is a grad student from Centennial, Colorado, number 16, Lizzie Pierpont. Defender is a grad student from Tampa, Florida, number 21, Holliston Wagner. Defender is a grad student from Smithtown, New York, number 22, Danny Water. Defender is a grad student from Whitehall, Maryland, number 23, Erin Sister. Midfielder is a grad student from Waxhaw, North Carolina, number 26, Gina Colombo. In goal is a senior from San Diego, California, number 29, Alex Wally. Attacker is a senior from Farmingdale, New York, number 31, Olivia Mott. Midfielder is a junior from Ocean City, Maryland, number 34, Alyssa Romano. And attacker is a junior from Hudson, Ohio, number 43, Sarah Hinkle. Head coach of your Spartans is Kelly Gallagher, assisted by Kaylee Gilday. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. The NCAA, the University of Tampa, and Mercy College all promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Using obscene gestures, profanity, racial, sexist, or unduly provocative language or action toward officials, opponents, spectators, or administrators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the premises. The use of artificial noisemakers and alcohol products are not permitted. Smoking is permitted along the fenced area outside the stadium. Thank you and enjoy tonight's game.
Good evening and welcome to the Demoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus. I'm Bruce Wozniak alongside Taylor Stolworthy here to call the action for you this evening as the Tampa Spartans host the Mercy College Mavericks. And Taylor, it has not been a march to remember for the Spartans thus far, and they're trying to break that pattern tonight, as are Mercy with the one loss pattern that they've had so far in their first 6 games.
Yeah, it's really a game of back and forth, but what's funny is that pattern is eventually going to have to end as both teams are coming into this game with the defeat, Mercy having taken a 13-18 loss at Florida Southern, and Tampa on a rough night on Wednesday, just being shut down by Pace, losing 19-8. But there will be one winner, someone will continue the zigzag, but someone else will take another loss.
Yeah, and I will mention that UT is 6-2 on the season, and they were perfect in the month of February. They got off to an impressive 5-0 start, but thus far in the month of March, 1-2, and Mercy traveling all the way to the Sunshine State from up in New York, the New York City area, and hoping for, I guess it's safe to say, what would be an upset against UT tonight.
I think slightly. I mean, Tampa is ranked as a top 10 team in the nation, but we also shouldn't overlook the fact that Mercy is 13th. It's a pretty impressive top 25 affair, and while on paper, I would give the advantage to the Spartans, numbers will sometimes lie. We were talking about it when we were broadcasting women's softball earlier today, and there's definitely a lot of potential for the game to go either way. I mean, for the first quarter, if you were watching Tampa against Pace, you would assume that this would be a showdown until the very end, and then Pace score 5 in a row in the second. So anything can happen.
The Spartans wearing all white and starting off going right to left. And Cece Colombo out there for the opening draw for the home team. She is opposed by Leah Hansen for the Mavericks. Starting goaltenders are Alex Walling for the Spartans and Olivia Maute for Mercy College. And play is underway as it's chased to the near side of the field. And it looked like Jenna Myhall was going to get there first, and in fact, the official right there on the spot to call the push against Mercy College. And so the Spartans will have the first offensive possession of the game. And nice job there by Alyssa Romano to split the defense, and there's a whistle on the far side of the field. I should mention that for those watching up in New York, this is not going to sound like anything too hard to take, but the temperature has dropped down to 71. It is expected to be what's considered a cooler evening here. And there was a threat of rain. That doesn't seem like it'll be a factor. As UT gets set up here, looking to get their first shot on goal, as Myhall, nice double team on her, and it's sent to the other side of the field. Gracie Colombo pushes the pass down behind the Mavericks net. Cece Colombo with it. Cece backs up, drops off a little pass, and an errant pass on the far side of the field, a collision, and the Spartans will get to it. Ball is out, and Olivia Mott picks it up for the Spartans. And now down in behind the Mavericks net. There's a pass for Myhall. Good look in the middle, high traffic area, and Pierpont opts to pass, and they take it behind the Mavericks net again. Good job early here by the Mavericks to not give the Spartans anything in the high percentage shooting area, and it's turned over. And back the other way will go Michaela Brady. And hold on. There's going to be a turnover as the Spartans will get another offensive opportunity after all. McLaughlin breaks in. Emma McLaughlin pulls up. And the Spartans get set up behind the net. Little flip pass. A lot of action down there behind goaltender Olivia Maute. Emma McLaughlin with it. Looks to get around the defender. Some help slides over. And she fires a pass down low. They move it to Cece Colombo. And a whistle. And play stops. We are 2 minutes and 18 seconds into this game. And a free position attempt coming up here for Gia Colombo. Waiting for the official's whistle. And there it is. Colombo shoots and a save made. Rebound, scores! I believe that was Cece Colombo that picked up the rebound and puts it in behind Maute. And the Spartans get the first goal of the game 2 minutes and 22 seconds in.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll miss that first shot, but as long as you get the rebound and a high percentage chance, you'll be able to deliver, and that's exactly what the Spartans did. I also want to shout out Sarah Hinkle earlier. When Mercy had got the interception and were ready to bring it up the field, she made a good interception before it got over the halfway line, which allowed the Spartans to get the attack that led to the free position and led to the goal.
9th goal of the year for Cece Colombo. And now she's right out there to take this draw. The ball is out, and Cece Colombo looked at the official, waiting for some word, and before you know it, they're saying, yeah, it's Spartans' ball.
That's unlucky for Mercy. They haven't really been able to get the ball through the midfield yet today, and Tampa has another chance.
Danny Waters has it knocked free, and despite the 1-0 hole, I do like what I see from the Mavericks defensively so far, really making the Spartans work for their shots. And good pressure, as you've been seeing here, just trying to get the Spartans set up.
And from what I've seen of Tampa, they struggle to get into a congested paint or area right in front of the net. They were doing that against Pace, but they'll finally find in front of the net right here for a goal. So almost a bit of a reverse jinx. As I was saying, Tampa struggling to get right in front for some good looks. They immediately find a good pass and some space to take a 2-0 lead.
I believe this is Sarah Hinkle that ultimately gets the goal and paid the price in the process, as the official was reaching for the flag, and there would have otherwise been a penalty called, but Hinkle with her team-leading 26th goal of the year.
And good to see Hinkle putting her body on the line for the team, and you can definitely tell she's been a focal point of the offense and also able to make great defensive plays as well. What a season for Hinkle.
So things really going UT's way on that one. If Hinkle didn't score, they were going to get a power play out of it. But they'll certainly take the trade-off in the form of what is now a 2-0 lead as Emma McLaughlin runs it up.
McLaughlin was actually contained nicely by Mercy, because I think the biggest danger with McLaughlin is her raw pace. I remember just last season watching her streak all the way up the field on a counterattack against Team Scotland in an exhibition, and she's been able to do that against all types of foes throughout the nation.
Here's Jenna Myhall with it. A pass that connects, and Emma McLaughlin shoots and scores! McLaughlin beats Mauti to the far side, and all of a sudden the Spartans with a 3-0 lead.
Well, speed can also come in different ways, too, like a well-fired shot that makes it 3-0. That was a great play. McLaughlin was in the right spot, and that's a great goal. You got to feel for Mercy's goalie. It's just not a lot you can do on a play like that. But the junior from Rockaway, New Jersey, will still have time to try to get back into the game and keep getting settled. I'd love to give you a save count in the game if we've got the live stats up. Sadly, not yet.
So 3:38 into the first quarter, and the Spartans already up 3-0. And I would say at this point that the feeling out period is over with, because Mercy needs to make some adjustments here and get themselves into this game, as McLaughlin has it again. And Emma McLaughlin looking for some help, drops it back. And now it's sent over for Danny Waters, crosses midfield, changes hands. Waters across the Mercy line, has it knocked free, and you see the stoppage in play. And I believe that things are about to go from bad to worse for the Mavericks, as it appears that Lena Musa is headed off.
I'll say your hypothesis. Man, I am definitely fumbling a few words today, but the hypothesis of this potentially being an upset for Mercy, with Tampa being a favorite, is looking correct so far, because Tampa has looked really good to start.
And a 2-minute call against Musa, and so the Mavericks really backed into a corner now, already trailing 3-0, and the Spartans going on the power play here. And Jenna Myhall starts it, sends a pass into the corner. Mott sent a pass over, and the Spartans work it to the other side of the field, and a whistle stopping play here.
I think this will be a free position attempt for the Spartans, which kind of echoes the bad to worse sentiment even more.
And indeed, here comes the shot, and a nice save made there by Mauti. And the ball is loose. A bunch of them scramble for it. The Spartans come up with it. And Emma McLaughlin sends it to Gia Colombo. Her pass, they push it down in behind the Mavericks net to Myhall on the near side. And Cece Colombo with a pass. Myhall tries to step inside, and the official stopping that one. And we'll have a free position attempt for Jenna Myhall. Still 1:01 to go on the penalty to Mercy. Breaks in, shoots, and a save made there. The Spartans get the rebound, however. Colombo with the pass, and they score. Spartans, Lizzie Pierpont was Lizzie on the spot. And 4-0. Just 5 minutes and 10 seconds into this game. And Taylor, what a tremendous start for the home team.
For the Spartans, it's the exact thing they needed after the previous game. Their offense was shut down throughout the second, third, and fourth quarters. But now they've come out with a fury. 4 goals in the first 5 minutes and 10 seconds of change, if you will. But that's exactly what they needed. It gets them confident and ready to continue. But I also feel for Olivia Malte. She has stopped every single free position, and only to have 2 of them get immediately rebounded as goals.
Yeah, that's tough. And as aggressive as their defense has been, I'm talking about the Mavericks, they do need to clean that up. And if there's going to be any rebounds, there have to be blue shirts all around to be the ones to regain the possession. And the Mavericks...
Sorry to interrupt, Bruce, and just kind of echo on that. That was another problem Tampa had last time. So it's good to see now they're benefiting from playing a little more cautiously without as many fouls.
And the Mavericks want to talk things over, so they have called a timeout, and we will step aside as well and be back with more on TampaSpartans.tv.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Thank goodness. Number moving line was the one thing they could do.
And we're back at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus, where it has been all UT. And you say, Bruce, the game is only 5 minutes and 10 seconds old. How can you make it sound so definitive? Well, the scoreboard shows 4-0. And Taylor, the Mavericks haven't even really had any offensive opportunities yet in terms of one sustained possession.
It's because Tampa's just been dominant on the draws. Mercy desperately needs to win this draw so they can actually get something going on offense. I don't think they've actually brought it into Tampa's attacking defensive third all night.
And we're going to see Sophie Risk this time for the Spartans. Cece Colombo had taken the draws up until this point. And Kelly Gallagher, the Spartans coach, has used Risk on plenty of draws this season. But for Mercy College, they're going to hope that the change maybe goes their way as we await the official's whistle. There it is, ball's out, chased down, and the Spartans regain it regardless. And that's Allie Peebles with it. Peebles, 3 Mavericks on her, and the official is right there to call it.
And just a quick note for the fans at home who are maybe wondering why Stat Broadcast isn't working. Well, actually, it looks like it might finally be up, but we apologize for the delay. And we assure you that we also utilize Stat Broadcast to let you know what's going on in the booth. So we shared the pain of being blind for the first couple minutes. But I think if we reload, it'll be all set.
Allie Peebles sends it over to Hinkle. And now Riley McGettigan sends a pass over quickly in the middle. That's Peebles. And now the Spartans will work it behind the Mercy College net once again. On the near side is McGettigan. Pass across, connects. And right in front, a pass was intended and missed. Lizzie Pierpont. And so the Spartans turn it over. This means that Mercy College should get their first trip into Tampa territory tonight, but they still have to get there first.
And that's, I think, a big point, Bruce, because Tampa is known for having an aggressive midfield who can make those interceptions and good defensive plays.
Lena Musa leads the charge for the Mavericks. And Alex Walling has not had to do any work so far between the pipes for the Spartans, and she'll finally be tested here, assuming that the Mavericks can get a shot on goal. There's a whistle. And now Musa, they score on their first shot on goal, and that was kind of a strange play because it seemed like there was a whistle, and I think the players froze because they thought there was going to be a stoppage in play, and Musa carried on and beat, I don't want to say an unprepared Walling, but perhaps she too heard the whistle that I thought I certainly heard.
I think I certainly heard one too, and I'm wearing, of course, earbud or the headphones along with you that kind of muffle the outside hearing just a tad, but either way, Tampa was able to get the early 4-1 lead or 4-0 lead, so this won't hurt entirely, but I know that might be a little bit tough for the defenders. It'll be up to them to bounce back and hold on to the lead.
Yeah, and I'm trying to look on the Tampa sideline to see if Kelly Gallagher perhaps is talking to the official at all about some potential miscommunication. And as we always say, you can't fight City Hall. She's not going to win the argument. They're not going to all of a sudden overturn it just for her. But at the same time, probably not the way the Spartans would have liked to have given up the first goal whenever that was going to come for Mercy College.
I agree, although for Mercy, I think at this stage they'd rather score a goal in any way they can, and that's all they need to try to get some momentum and get back into the game. For them, that's easily the most important, to just try to cut the scoring run that the Spartans were on.
Sophie Risk taking the draw for UT. And the ball's out. That was Megan Callow for the Mavericks on that draw. And the official on the far side of the field, over talking to the scores table, we do have a call being made against UT here. Players sitting down in the penalty area. Sophie Risk, a 2-minute penalty for a cross check to the head. And it actually looked like Kelly Gallagher was having a few words with Risk that I don't think were "you're wonderful" and continue to do the good job on the draws, as this is an opportunity now for the Mavericks to cut what was a 4-goal deficit in half. And a stick came up high again there. And let's see if the official's going to call that one as well. And indeed, and it looks like this is going to be Cece Colombo heading off. And UT gulp. 30 seconds into the call against Sophie Risk. All of a sudden, penalty now up on the board to Cece Colombo. And that's a check to the head.
I think Gulp is right, Bruce. This is the exact thing Mercy needs to try to get some momentum and get back into the game, and they'll get a chance with the free position right here.
And Grizel Lockchick opted to send the pass up top. And the Mavericks go to work now with the Spartans down 2 players for back-to-back calls that were dangerous plays. The stick getting up around the head area. And 7:07 to go here in the first quarter. A free position attempt coming up for Caitlin Gryzalachek. Spartans goalie Alex Walling at the ready. And there's the whistle. And a shot, and they score. A nice little pump fake there as Mercy takes advantage of the Spartans getting 2 penalties called. Caitlin Gryzalachek beats Walling, and you see the replay there, just a little fake, and able to get it in behind Walling. And 4-2 now.
I have to say that's definitely painful and tough for Walling to have to concede after the move from Caitlin. For Caitlin, that's her 15th goal of the season. Off to a pretty strong start through 6 games.
Sophie Risk on this draw for the Spartans. And trying to get the number of the Mavericks player. The ball is out. And that was Megan Callow again for Mercy College. Lizzie Pierpont for UT. She's off to the races. A pass to Hinkle. Hinkle on the near side. Pass up top. Hinkle looking to go one-on-one and opts to send the pass instead over to Risk. And now Risk fires it over for McGettigan. A pass down into the corner. And Pierpont leaves a pass there as looking for some help as Olivia Mott being chased by 2 defenders. That means a teammate is open. Look at this, wide open one-on-one coming in. Nice fake score! Sophie Risk, a highlight reel goal. One-on-one against Olivia Maute. And did exactly what the Spartans would hope she would, as she had tons of real estate. As you see her there, just getting wide open in front. And Taylor, as much as I bragged about the Mercy College defense, you can't leave someone that wide open.
That's what the kids would call a skill issue, Bruce. Tough there for Mercy, but as we said, they've had a good defense all night. Good job by Risk to get through the defense and get a one-on-one look that there was very, very little chance for Mott to stop. And that's a big goal for the Spartans because we were just seeing how Tampa not only are still down a player, so this is a short-handed goal, Mercy had already come back with 2 in a row. So this is good to say, no, don't worry, we're still holding on and we're still looking good.
I was watching there as some jockeying was going on between Gia Colombo and Lena Musa. And the Spartans, again, with the draw control, and they have been absolutely dominant in that category thus far in this game. And a good part of the reason why they're up 5-2, Taylor, as you had mentioned earlier, and UT with another possession here as they send it over to the far side of the field. And I believe the draw controls, indeed, the Spartans, 7 of the 8 draws. As you see, Mercy College quickly back the other way. And good speed shown there by Emma Rippon. And now there's a shot. Walling makes the save.
Good save by Walling, and I'm glad to see her off to a pretty good start tonight. She'd actually been pulled during the game against Pace. I think given just a chance to sort of rest on the bench and regroup, and when she came back later in the second half, she made some good saves even though the game was already determined. So I think she's really carried that positive energy tonight and has already reasserted herself. It wasn't like she was doing really bad against Pace as well. I think it was more just to make sure she was feeling all good throughout the game because she was making good saves, and unfortunately the entire team was just off. She wasn't able to carry them to success.
Allie Peebles gets away from the defender. No, has it knocked loose, and the official right there on the spot to call that one for UT. 4:42 remaining. If you just joined us, the Spartans had jumped out to a 4-0 lead before back-to-back goals by the Mavericks. And UT now in front 5-2 as play down behind the Mavericks net. Out in front, there's a shot and a good save there by Mauti. And the Mavericks try to come back through just a myriad of white shirts all around, trying to skip through everyone is Carlia Dialosa. And now on the near side, heading towards the corner, Jacqueline Grizelacek. The official here on the near side making the call. Against Danny Waters of UT. Mavericks started from the corner. Pass up top, good movement. And working in front, save made by Walling. And the loose ball, 3 of them chase it. And hold on because a stick came up high from a Spartans player. And indeed, the official right there watched it happen. And possession stays with the Mavericks.
Kind of a shame to see the stick go high there because I thought Tampa was about to be in the clear, but instead it's another free position for Mercy.
And pass made instead. And up top with it, Rosenfeld, quick pass, and breaking in, there's a whistle as Megan Callow was looking to go one-on-one against Alex Walling, and will get to do so now in the form of a free position attempt. Callow, a freshman from Long Island, North Massapequa specifically, and gets the shot away and scores. Just beats Walling over her left shoulder. And Taylor, you have to admire the Mavericks not having their spirits broken by falling in that early 4-0 hole. All of a sudden, they've got themselves in a 5-3 game and should feel good about the way they have hung in there.
Whenever you go down early, you have to bounce back. You have to show signs of life. And Callow's 3rd goal of the season continues to do that. They now have brought the deficit back to 2. And I have to say, it's kind of unlucky for Walling. She was ready, waiting and waiting, but it allowed Kyle to just get point blank. And although the Spartans were trying to rush in to make the play, just enough time to fire the shot where it would take even a better reaction time than a Formula One driver to make a save like that.
And I'm watching on the far side of the field, the official talking to both coaches. But indeed, the Mavericks all of a sudden have 3 of the game's last 4 goals and have to be feeling better going up against a Spartans team that has really, really been strong throughout 2023 and trying to find a chink in their armor. Cece Colombo out here to take this draw against Megan Callow.
I'll say a difference as well, Mercy. They're 2 for 2 on their free positions. Tampa so far 0 for 2.
And the ball's out, picked up on one hop by Emma McLaughlin. She's being chased, gives a pass ahead as a result. Jenna Myhall looking for some room to work. Myhall will send a pass over on the far side. Now it's left back. Colombo for McLaughlin. And Myhall again. Over now to Hinkle. And down low. Pass in front. Shot. Scores! Sarah Hinkle. And UT answers right back. And into a 3-goal lead with 2:47 to go here in the first quarter.
I'll have to say, it's just what Tampa needed. We saw the replay. Good move as we actually watched the replay. Good move inside. And just is able to beat Matia on the far post to her right. A well-placed shot. Not much you can do on defense for Mercy. And while Tampa has proven that they're not going to be vulnerable on defense, their offense will still be just as formidable as ever. After that 4-0 lead, they have swapped 3-2 for the last 5 goals. Although the big number I'm looking at, draw controls. It's 8-1 in the category, and the Spartans leading. And honestly, I think that's been the key for the Spartans' success so far in the game.
Olivia Mott gets the assist on the goal by Hinkle.
And Tampa takes another draw win here.
Sarah Hinkle really leading this team this year. That's now 28 goals on the season, already 3 for her in this first quarter.
It's hard to get a hat trick in the first quarter, but Hinkle's the type of player who can do that. Just, again, incredible job for her scoring.
And the Spartans working here offensively again. Myhall with a pass and was sent back to her. She missed it. And the Mavericks come up with it, or do they? The official right there on the spot, awarding possession to the Spartans.
That'll be unfortunate news for Emma Rippon, who was trying to play the ball to her stick. She was just waiting over at the edge of the line, just waiting. But when they got it, there was a violation for Mercy. So Tampa will keep it.
1:58 to go in the opening quarter. And this is Danny Waters. Pass across the field for Romano. Alyssa Romano sends a pass over. And, a hit there against Cece Colombo. And now she carries on. Colombo bumped again. Pass for Emma McLaughlin. And Myhall pushes it into the corner. Gia Colombo with a pass down low. And it's in behind the Mavericks net. Pass out in front. Pierpont scores on the quick stick. And the Spartans a 7-3 lead with 85 seconds left in the first quarter. And what a great goal there.
Tampa,
as you see the replay.
If you see it just on the play, Tampa sharing the love, giving Pierpont her 7th of the season for the Spartans' 7th of the game. That's a great way for the Spartans to respond, and the later you score into a period, the better, because you carry that momentum into the break.
Megan Callow out there awaiting the draw following the 7th Spartans goal. Cece Colombo goes out there to oppose her for the Spartans. And just when I had said that Mercy College had scored 3 of the last 4 goals. All of a sudden, UT goes on a little bit of a tear.
I think that's the fun of the game, Bruce. Anything can happen, and in a moment, the tides can turn.
And Cece Colombo looked like she was going to control that herself. She goes down, and play carries on as Emma Rippon took it for the Mavericks. Goes up ahead, tries to fight through a few defenders, gets a pass off, and Alyssa Romano got the stick up there on Jacqueline Grizzolacek. And she starts from the corner, comes out in front, takes a shot, scores! And great patience shown there as she outlasts Alex Walling. And you mentioned before the same thing we saw in the free position attempt where the shooter was just so patient and finally was able to get it past Walling.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Coming from the corner, you have the Spartan defender closing in, as we might see in the replay. Unfortunately, there's not much Walling can do as the space is opened. So just a shame right there for Walling, because she was reading it, the defender came in, but just dancing through the defense to find the back of the net.
Now the draw controls to this point, 9 in favor of the Spartans, just 2 for Mercy College, as you see Cece Colombo for UT on this one. And checking to see if that's Megan Callow opposing her for the Mavericks. Indeed it was. Possession once again to UT. And here's Alyssa Romano crossing midfield for the Spartans. Oh, Romano taken down. Wow. And to see her bounce back up that quickly is great news and quite surprising. That was, I think you're watching a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game and not a Tampa Spartans lacrosse game. Wow.
We almost got confused with the wrong sport for a second. An absolutely massive hit. And I think Rippon is incredibly lucky not to have gotten a red on that play. And again, we've rarely ever seen reds here for lacrosse, but that's close to a hit that could potentially lead to one.
It is a 2-minute penalty, but
Wow.
I'm equally surprised, Taylor, that Alyssa Romano bounced back up the way that she did and the fact that she's out there carrying on. So a cross-checking penalty is called against Emma Rippon. And so the Spartans on the power play here. And that's a check that I'm going to go back on my own time and watch again because I don't know how Alyssa Romano absorbed that and popped right back up. There's a pass in front and a lot of pressure, maybe a stick up a little high around Emma McLaughlin as play is stopped.
And I think when it comes to that collision, because throughout the season, you know, there'll be collisions between players where they'll both go down. But that was a true defensive play. Good job to try to win the ball, but just a little too rough.
McLaughlin ready to go one-on-one here. Takes the shot. Oh, good save there by Maute. And the same thing happens again, Taylor, that you talked about before. She makes the stop, and the Spartans get the rebound. And it's in the back of the net.
And what's really funny, I think you might be able to see it on this replay, the rebound wasn't even a shot. I think it deflected off one of the Spartan sticks into the back of the net. It was a great goal there. And again, good reactions from the Spartans to get in the fray and win the ball. So maybe just have to look back on the stream after the game to see the replay. But no matter the cause, it's another good goal. And Malte is probably just thinking, come on, please win a rebound for me.
The score now 8-4 with just 12 seconds left in the first quarter. And what's turned into an entertaining first quarter at that.
Spartans scoring 8 goals. That's getting close to their season highs for goals in a period. But Mercy, even though they're trailing by 4, they're still very much in it. And they'll have to hope to carry some momentum as we will get into the second quarter now. Well, in a few minutes.
And there's the horn to end the first quarter. So, as I just finished saying, a very entertaining first quarter of play. The Spartans with a 4-goal lead following the first 15 minutes of play. It's 8-4 in favor of UT, and we'll be back with the second quarter coming up on TampaSpartans.tv.
Continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us.
And for college sports.
Can't stop talking about Alyssa Romano, and wow, absorbing that hit and carrying on. And even more impressive, of course, Tampa first quarter 8-4 with the lead, out shooting Mercy 12-6, and draw controls are all about the home team. 10 out of 13.
I have to say, Bruce, I know Coach Gallagher is absolutely ecstatic at that first period because in the previous defeat, Tampa only scored 8 goals in the entire game. They've gone and scored 8 goals in the first quarter in response. So I absolutely love the fact the Spartans are playing. They're able to light a fire and push themselves forward, and we'll see if they can continue that here. And as you just mentioned, I think the draw controls is probably the biggest factor. They just had a lot more opportunities and time in front of the Mercy net on offense.
Sophie Risk to take this draw for UT. The teams, of course, have changed ends. UT now going left to right. And the ball's out. And for the record, that was Caitlin Grizzolacek taking the draw for Mercy College. And the Mavericks, with the second quarter opening possession, have it on the far side of the field. And now a pass connects with Lena Musa. Musa, nice little spin move and nice defensive help sliding over as she's unable to get the shot away. The Mavericks still in possession, though. And I think Kelly Rosenfeld sold that one a little bit, that the official calls it against the Spartans. And now she restarts, and Rosenfeld, 2 defenders on her this time. She takes it to the far side. And now they try the slot, and the Spartans close that up. Here's Musa, takes a shot, and Walling got a piece of it. And the official right there, possession to UT. And here comes Alyssa Romano with a pass up ahead. And Gia Colombo carrying on. Colombo, a pass all the way down. It's missed in behind the Mavericks net. And so turned over as the Mavericks catch a break on that one.
That's tough for the Spartans because that's a really good opportunity, but the pass just missing the stick ever so barely. Maybe just a mild miscommunication on where that was going to go.
Good pressure by Sarah Hinkle right in front of her own sideline. And the Mavericks able to break free, and they get across the UT line. And awkward. Wow. Looked borderline dangerous. Carly Dialosa, the way she stopped and her leg bent. Obviously okay. Play carries on. They score! Emma Rippon, and the Mavericks able to get back on the scoreboard exactly 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Great goal for Rippon there, but I have to say, just as we look back again on the early play, good move from Rippon to get inside. We saw the player that had gone down with a very awkward leg bend. I'm glad to see that she's fine, but that's the type of play that will usually, when you see injuries, that's the type of like ACL tear, things like that. So that's, I think, why we were a little apprehensive. But I guess it worked, and as long as she's fine and not injured, keep trying it. But that's a very risky thing to do. So I think her coach and maybe medical trainer would probably caution against that move. Maybe her parents would caution against it too.
Or all of the above. Caitlin Grizzolacek out there to take this draw against Cece Colombo. As our score now 8-5 on the first goal of the second quarter. Colombo, a nice job controlling that one. And she sends a pass over. And given out to Aaron Sistek. Sistek with a little spin move. Turns back the other way. Knocked down. And almost unintentional, it looked like. There's a ground ball picked up by the Spartans. Yes. Emma McLaughlin. And she'll send it over for Jenna Myhall. And now this is Cece Colombo over to McLaughlin. And Emma stops, sends it back to Cece. And that's Gia Colombo. Pushes it over to the far side. Jenna Myhall looking to go one-on-one. Has a little room. Defense closes up on her. And Emma McLaughlin tried to work her way in front. There were 3 Mavericks there. And Myhall, nice job to work inside. Scores! Jenna Myhall, a great goal. And the Spartans answer back after the Mercy goal. And it's 9-5.
That's exactly what you need to start out a quarter. After Mercy got the initial goal, Tampa responded and still trying to assert themselves as the favorites, trying to hold on to the lead. And for Myhall, that's her second goal of the season. Congratulations to her. And that was a really nice play.
And I think the Mavericks have to feel a little bit of frustration every time they start chipping away at the lead. The Spartans seem to find an answer to the tune of getting a goal, getting the ball in behind Olivia Mauti.
By the way, so far today, I think every team has the same amount of shots on goal to shots in general. At least that's what it reads in the stat sheet. But it has felt these teams have been pretty accurate when they get inside for open looks. And there also is a penalty on Mercy, so that goes from bad to worse.
A 2-minute call against Aaron Shimborski. Slashing penalty. And Cece Colombo starts it up for UT from midfield. Crosses the line, lots of room. Sends a pass over for McLaughlin, and I thought that Colombo was going to take that one all the way in herself. Now she sends a pass over for Gia Colombo, and it's pushed into the far corner. Olivia Mott with it behind the net. Mott comes out in front, and a pass. Oh, that one is off goal, finally. He just finished saying that all the shots had been on goal, and Lizzie Pierpont's attempt missed. Spartans in possession still. And up top of it, Gia Colombo over to Cece Colombo. And open in front is a Emma McLaughlin shot that goes wide now to play. Possession still with UT. And plenty of time, 46 seconds on the shot clock. Gia Colombo over to Cece. Pass that connects down low. And tough defense against Olivia Mott, so she sends a pass over. And up top it goes to Gia Colombo. Gets past her check. Long shot. Hit the goalpost. And the rebound, Sarah Hinkle looked like she was going to get it and does. And now they reset the shot clock. I had a confused look on my face as it was ticking down 23-22.
I think that's what the ref was signaling, too, to quickly reset the shot clock, so we wouldn't have to worry about it getting too low.
And now Myhall gets a pass inside, scores! Sarah Hinkle with her 4th goal of the game, and UT takes advantage of the penalty that had been called against Aaron Shimborski, and the home team hits double digits, a 10-5 lead.
And I wonder if there might be another call on the play, because we heard the whistles go as the shot was being taken by Hinkle. So it could see a similar situation where Mercy goes down a player again after a Spartan goal.
And so far, nobody in a blue jersey heading over to the penalty area. Cece Colombo is coming out there to take this draw for the Spartans, and looks like she's going to be opposed again by Caitlin Grizelacek for Mercy. And indeed, that's who it was, and this is her on the run. Stops and leaves it for an open teammate, Emma Rippon. And now quickly, down goes Rosenfeld. Sends a pass into the corner. Nice passing. They score. And that'll be Rippon with the goal, and great passing here by the Mavericks on this goal.
Yeah, and again, once you check the replay, we'll be able to see just good distribution as Mercy makes some moves. And eventually they get an open look and they convert. And at this stage of the game, you just need to convert. You're not going to make up all the goals in one go unless you get really lucky. So all you need to do is make sure you're responding when Tampa scores and keeping it close so you can find more momentum coming to the end of the game. And with Tampa having scored back-to-back after the Mercy opener, this is a good one to try to neutralize the pace of the second quarter.
And it looks like we have the same pairing again on this draw, meaning Cece Colombo for UT and Caitlin Grizzolacek for the Mavericks. And the ball's out and chased down by Jenna Myhall. She gets it for UT, breaks towards her own sideline, now leaves a pass back. Cece Colombo, watch out, 2 defenders on her, gets a pass away, and Emma McLaughlin gets across the Mavericks line. McLaughlin, Spartans trying to get set up here. She sends a pass over to the far side as Myhall pushes it down into the corner, and behind the Mavericks net it goes. Cece Colombo on the near side. Her pass to Gia Colombo. And right in the slot, there's a shot that goes wide. Sarah Hinkle and the Spartans had coverage back there, able to get the off-goal shot that now results in some perimeter passing. And it's worked up to McLaughlin again. She's got some room, takes a long shot, and Mauti saw that one the whole way and outlets it up ahead. And here come the Mavericks crossing midfield. And that's Erin Szymborski. She continues on. And she's knocked down. And Szymborski bounces back up.
Gotta say, heads-up play by Szymborski, bring it all the way up. Wasn't adequately challenged by any Spartan defenders, so she says, well, don't mind if I do try to look for an opportunity, and is able to draw a foul, giving them a potentially good look here as they open a new possession with 9:04 to go.
I believe that's Danny Waters going off for the Spartans. This comes 5:56 into the second quarter. 2 minutes for dangerous contact against Danny Waters. And so again, Taylor, a little bit of an opening here for Mercy College, trailing by 4. See if they can cut into this deficit. And the officials making sure that everyone is set as Szymborski awaits the go-ahead. And ready to go one-on-one against Walling, or let's see if she indeed opts to pass it instead. Rosenfeld right back to Szymborski and to Rosenfeld one more time. Kelly Rosenfeld surveys the landscape, playing catch now with Szymborski, and opts to go to the other side as they push it down in the corner. Quick passing, and there's a shot that I don't think got through. The Spartans come up with the rebound nonetheless, and Pierpont eases it back to her goaltender, and Walling to this side of the field. Holliston Wagner runs it up. Wagner now across midfield. Still 1:23 to go in the call against Danny Waters. Holliston Wagner killing some clock, gives it to Hinkle. Hinkle for Gia Colombo. And to the far side of the field it goes. Gia sends it over for Sophie Risk. And now Gia deals to the other side of the field. And look out. Bounced. Ball comes free. And the official there awards possession to the Mavericks. 52 seconds still in the penalty to Waters. And breaking down is Rippon. Splits the defense. Takes a shot. And that goes wide and out of play. And quick ball movement here by the Mavericks. And Alex Walling closes the door on Leah Hansen. And 30 seconds remain in the call against Danny Waters. turned over once again. And Szymborski puts a pass into the middle as Rosenfeld barks out instructions for her teammates. Rosenfeld up top. Over for Szymborski. Back to Rosenfeld again. Looks like she wants to shoot from way out. Sends a pass in the middle. And down goes a Mavericks player. And play continues. And the Spartans back at full strength now as the penalty has expired. And a whistle here as Szymborski looks like might have caught something from Grace Gilmore. And let's see if she opts for the shot this time. Does and scores! Erin Szymborski beats Alex Walling. And as I said before, the Mavericks just keep hanging around 10-7 with 6:47 to go here in the second quarter.
Really tough shot, and I have to give the goal scorer some credit. Was able to make a dive when making that goal. And you got to feel for Walling. That's a tough shot to stop, especially at point blank. Another big opportunity. And Tampa, they'll hope to win another draw control. They've been doing good at it, but Mercy now again building some momentum. They scored the opener, Tampa scored twice, and Mercy's now scored twice.
Yeah,
3-2 in the period.
Mavericks are winning this quarter after having been down 8-4 at the end of one. All of a sudden, 3-2, they've outscored the Spartans so far here as we await this draw. And the two participants are now set. Ball is out. And for those of you keeping score at home, that was Cece Colombo and Caitlin Grizzolacek once again. Mavericks break in, shoot and score! Just like that, two quick goals by the visitors. And now it's 10-8 with 6:35 to go in the second quarter. And credit Mercy College, they just keep coming.
They're fighting back, and that's why I was kind of anxious when Tampa got that 4-goal lead. And again, even though they still lead here, you definitely don't expect Tampa to really break away like they were able to against some of the unranked opponents at the start of the season. And unsurprisingly, Tampa wants to talk it over.
So as head coach Kelly Gallagher on the Spartan sideline calls a timeout, we will do the same and be back with more on TampaSpartans.tv.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Like a weird...
Back live here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, where the Spartans' lead has been cut to 10-8. The visitors outscoring the Spartans 4-2 here in this second quarter. Shots on goal are 15-13 in favor of UT. And the Spartans with 6 turnovers. Troublesome. Only one committed by Mercy College thus far. And the timeout by Spartans coach Kelly Gallagher followed goal number 8 by the visitors. And so we will get the draw that comes after that goal as Cece Colombo is out there to oppose Caitlin Grizzolacek. And dare I say, an important draw here for both teams, for that matter. And the two participants look to be set. I see Cece Colombo looking to see where her teammates have lined up. One of them jockeying for position, Jenna Myhall. She's the one that comes away with it. So almost by design, perhaps. And now it's picked up by Emma McLaughlin. And her pass connects with Erin Sistek as the Spartans push it into the far corner. Pierpont sends a pass to Olivia Mott. And back to Emma McLaughlin. This is Cece Colombo. Pass over for Gia Colombo. And it goes to the far side and now into the corner. And behind the Mavericks net it goes. And I saw the flag come out on the far side of the field. The official over there making the call. As we'll see a free position attempt here by Gia Colombo. Takes a shot, scores! And Taylor looked like she froze Olivia Mate.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a very good just kind of quote of saying she froze there, because she really did just completely, I think, fooled her. Mate was looking, I think, to her right. Gia Colombo found the goal to her left. Greatly taken free position there, and exactly what the doctor ordered for the Spartans. Their ailment had been going on a quick little run of scoring from, or conceding from Mercy, and that free position does exactly what they need to. They're back up by 3.
Yeah, very important goal for the Spartans indeed. Although we've seen UT build a lead at one point of as many as 4 goals, and Mercy College showing why they're ranked number 13. They just keep finding a way to battle back. And this game is long from over. Still 5:49 to go in the second quarter as we await this draw following the Gia Colombo goal. And there's the draw. And taken cleanly by Emma McLaughlin, and quickly she goes down on the run, crossing the Mercy College line and splits a couple of defenders and has some open room to work. Sends a pass that gets moved down into the corner, and sloppy play there as the Mavericks able to take it away as they head up the far side of the field.
Well, the Spartans have had possession more. They got to be careful. If they keep losing the ball to the Mavs, what point of possession will there be if they keep losing it? And again, we look to the game. They've had 6 turnovers. The Mavericks have only lost the ball once.
And this is Szymborski with it. Pass for Rosenfeld. Kelly Rosenfeld, one-on-one here. And nice job of staying with her, Emma McLaughlin. Rosenfeld turns the corner, takes a shot, and scores. The Mavericks answer back the Gia Colombo goal, and our score now 11-9. And if you came for offense tonight, you're getting more than you paid for, because 20 goals already, and there's still 4:52 to go in just the second quarter.
I'll say Mate and Walling were hoping that both teams could maybe have a good, strong defensive affair, or at least for their side, to not concede too many and try to keep it a really close showdown. But I think the offensive players who like to score are having a good time, because we've already seen 20 goals with the first 2 quarters. And, I mean, an offensive affair is always nice to see. We love to see the score go up with great goals being scored back and forth and back and forth. And especially in this quarter, it really has been back and forth. Mercy just a tiny advantage.
And this time the Spartans go back to Sophie Risk on the draw. Actually, it's Riley McGettigan. It was 41 and not 40. And regardless, the Mavericks control the draw, take it down into the Spartans' end of the field and all the way in behind Alex Walling's net. And finally a pass for Emma Rippon after Lena Musa had done most of the work to get them started. It's turned over, and they play it safely to Walling. And she sends it over to the far side of the field. And so UT catches a break here as they cross midfield. Gia Colombo on the run. Across the Mavericks line. Colombo looking for some room. Takes it down into the corner, being chased by two defenders. Colombo circles around the net. And as Taylor had mentioned, that is now just the second turnover of the game for the Mavericks. As UT looking to set up here as McGettigan fires a pass over for Risk. Risk sends a pass into the corner. Pierpont pushes it behind the net. McGettigan over for Risk. Risk fakes the pass. Another fake. Leaves it for Peebles. Wide open as McGettigan takes a shot. Scores! Riley McGettigan puts the Spartans into a 12-9 lead with 3:22 to go.
And the offense continues. 12 goals in the first quarter, and now a 9th in the second quarter. And we still have about a fifth of the quarter to go. Taking a look at the replay there. What a goal there for the Spartans. A quick little hug for Mercy. They want to regroup. But Tampa, they're responding, and with the lead, you just have to keep pace with your opponent to hold on.
Riley McGettigan comes out for this draw for UT. And the goals are coming fast and furious. Remember, it was 8-4 UT after one. And it's 5-4 in favor of the Mavericks so far in this corner as McGettigan gets the goal. And here come the Mavericks. Ball's loose and picked up by Riley McGettigan. And here come the Spartans back the other way. Across the Mercy College line. Pushed into the far corner. And now all the way in behind the net. And knocked free from the stick of Olivia Mott, but that's going to be called against the Mavericks. And so Mott on the restart for Gia Colombo. And Peebles, I think the defender impeded the shot attempt as the ball went way up high near the top of the safety netting. And UT still in possession here. They have it in the far corner. And now it's worked up top for Sophie Risk. Over for Gia Colombo. Gia gives it back to Risk. Risk trying to get around the defender. Nothing there. Gives up a pass. And it looked like they were going to take it down behind the net. But now in front, there's a shot by Emma McLaughlin, by Lizzie Pierpont. It goes wide now to play. 35 on the shot clock for the Spartans. Peebles with a pass. And it's lost. Ground ball still free and picked up by the Mavericks. Savannah Spadalik played it back to her goaltender, and now the Mavericks breaking out across the UT line. Pass out in front, and all that work only to turn it over. And the Spartans will say thank you very much, and away we go. Here comes Alyssa Romano off to the races. Romano, nice move there, carries on. Romano across the Mavericks line. And look at her go, Alyssa Romano, and hold on. A player goes down for the Mavericks, and play is stopped.
I'll say good job by Romano, seeing her with a lot of energy. And remember, she was the player that was the recipient of that pretty big hit earlier in the game, but you definitely couldn't tell on that play.
And so Romano, with 1:01 remaining in the second quarter here, on the restart, gives it to Gia Colombo. And over to the far side it goes, pushed into the corner and quickly in behind the Mavericks net. That's Olivia Mott. Mott's pass connects, and look out, knocked free out of the stick of Peebles. And so the Mavericks able to cause a turnover. And they'll come back now with 38 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And look out as down goes Savannah Spadalik. And this comes with 33 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And we're going to have a call here against UT. Riley McGettigan. And 2 minutes for dangerous contact for McGettigan. And so 30 seconds left. Let's see if the Mavericks can get a quality scoring chance here and try to trim this deficit to 2 before halftime. As it's pushed in the corner. 15 seconds. And the flag comes out as Kelly Rosenfeld was trying to duck under a couple of defenders for UT that were there. And so with 9 seconds left, a chance here for the visitors as Rosenfeld will have a free position attempt against Alex Walling. Breaks in, and the official already was pulling his flag out, calls the hold against the Spartans. And 4 seconds actually ticked off the clock there, so just 5 seconds left. And Kelly Rosenfeld gets a couple of quick words from Emma Rippon, maybe telling her some Alex Walling tendencies that she's noticed. And so Rosenfeld, one-on-one once again, 4 seconds later against Alex Walling. There's also a dangerous contact penalty being called against the Spartans' Holliston Wagner. And at the ready is Kelly Rosenfeld for Mercy College. And I was about to say, here she goes. The officials asking the others to get back. There's a shot. Scores! With just 2 seconds left in the second quarter. And the Mavericks able to cut the deficit to 12-10.
That's an important goal with just 2 seconds left. Look at the spin move you'll see on the replay. Get some open space, and from there, it's just a good shot to beat Walling. And that'll certainly help Mercy. Cuts the deficit back to 3, and it'll also kill one of the penalties. But as we enter halftime, Mercy will be able to start the third quarter a player up.
And we will, of course, have one more draw here as Caitlin Grizzlacek is going to be opposed by Sophie Risk. And with only 2 seconds left, this should, for all intents and purposes, just be a formality as the two participants await. And now Risk signaling one of her teammates to move up. That was Sarah Hinkle. And we're going to get a violation called against the Spartans. And look at that. Wow, a great effort by the Mavericks as Lena Musa able to get off a shot that Alex Walling had to be ready for. But we go into halftime with a very exciting first 30 minutes of play and likely the same to come on the other side of the break. We will go to halftime with the Spartans in the lead 12-10 and back with the second half on TampaSpartans.tv.
Medical school has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. Division II. We go big,
And we're back here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, ready to start the second half. The Spartans in a 12-10 lead and a very exciting first half of play. UT outscored the visitors 8-4 in the first quarter, and then the Mavericks outscoring Tampa 6-4 in the second. Shots on goal are 17-16 in favor of the Spartans. Draw controls are 15-9 in favor of the Spartans, and our temperature is dropping outside at 65 degrees, but it's really heating up on the field, and Taylor, really been a very exciting first half, regardless of which team you're rooting for.
I'll say, I mean, for Mercy, it might have been a little disappointing first quarter, but the second quarter, they've made this a more competitive game, and Spartan fans will have loved that electric start the Spartans had. And I'll also say one thing I'm excited about is that we've seen perfect weather. It's been, even though getting a little cooler, we haven't seen rain, and that was a big fear throughout today. It rained a little earlier tonight, but I think it was just a quick shower that passed through, and we were projected for even more rain, and I think we've been lucky to avoid it, to have a beautiful night here on Saturday as play continues.
Spartans slow and starting up towards midfield. Alyssa Romano looked like she was going to turn the corner. Keep in mind that the Spartans are trying to kill as much clock as they can due to penalties that were called in the late stages of the second quarter. And I'm referring specifically to Holliston Wagner and Riley McGettigan, as there's 27 on the shot clock, and that will cover the McGettigan penalty. And there will still be about 18 seconds difference that they'll have Holliston Wagner still in the penalty area for. As you see, straddling midfield was Erin Sistek, and now she sends a long pass up ahead for Olivia Mott. 3 seconds on the shot clock, and Mott content to let the shot clock expire as it goes off in the background. And so the Mavericks now, with 17 seconds left in the penalty against Wagner, they put it back into play from the far corner. Quickly a pass up ahead in front of their own sideline. And now they get across midfield. Pass up ahead was intended for Rosenfeld, and the Spartans get to it first. And 2-1, the penalty expires. And that'll probably put a little extra spring in the step of Erin Sistek, who now gives up a pass as it's in the stick of Gia Colombo currently. She looks over to her own sideline.
That was a great penalty kill from the Spartans. They were calm. They just held on to possession. They didn't do anything too risky. And there they made a good interception when Mercy was running out of time, as there was a good save by Monty there, as Tampa had their first look of the half.
And now Szymborski brings it back for the Mavericks the other way. Aaron Szymborski carries on. 2 defenders there, and the Mavericks shoot and score. And not a goal that the Spartans are going to like when they watch that one back on the replay, because there were 2 defenders on Szymborski, and they should not have allowed, I'm going to say, a quality shot, but any kind of shot to get through, not to mention one that finds the back of the net. And all of a sudden, watch out, a 1-goal game as Lena Musa gets the goal.
And by the way, a change here. We're going to see Warnken entering the game for the Spartans, but maybe that's just to give Walling just a little bit of a rest and break to enter the fourth quarter potentially, because I don't think that was her fault, just lackadaisical defending. You got to close down on the attacker. They're pressing in front of the goal, but they're just letting Szymborski take so much space, and then when they finally press, she does a nice backhand pass to her teammate who gets a point-blank look. Of course Walling's not going to be able to stop that. Walling's a great goalie and has made a lot of saves, but it's a coin flip at that distance. So again, that's some of the same problems that Tampa had against Pace. The only difference is they've been responding on the score sheet, and hopefully if they can win the draw, which it looks like they may here, they can try to get back on goal.
And for Lena Musa, that's her second goal of the game. Szymborski gets the assist. And this is Emma McLaughlin with it now for the Spartans. Pass over for Myhall. Pass goes into the corner. Pierpont sends it behind the Mavericks net. Back in front for Pierpont, and a nice save there by Olivia Mauti, and quickly she outlets it. And the Mavericks cross midfield, quickly across the Tampa line. Back they come, a chance to tie it. And good control there by Emma Rippon to settle it. Looks to gain the slot. And whistle stopping play. And an opportunity here for a Mercy College team that, it bears repeating, has trailed by 4 at least twice in this game. And 3:24 into the third quarter. Here comes a free position attempt. And a chance to make it 12-12. And they do. Emma Rippon converts. And a brand new ball game, Taylor.
I think it was new from the second quarter because that was where we saw Mercy really get some momentum. And, you know, they've continued it here, and we're finally tied. Tampa took the lead. They didn't look back, but now they should look back and look to their left because making the overtake and alongside them is Mercy. We're just 11:33 to go in the third quarter, and I don't think there's a good guess on who can win in this game. There's so much time left and so much action that I'm just excited for the finish.
And I don't even know if it's fair to say that the goaltending change for Tampa does or does not pay off. Probably not fair to Kylie Warnken to hang it on her.
Also, that was the first shot that Warnken had saw, and it's also in a free position, which is already a position that I'd say about 60% of the times, unless you're electing to pass it, you can find the back of the net. So you definitely have to give Warnken some more time during active play. The change last time worked out well, so I will trust Gallagher in making it, but I also think she should maybe look to also potentially swap some players on defense, even try give some of their players a little bit of a break. But it is good that you're making changes. Because as the quote goes, if you keep trying the same thing and get the same result, what are you doing? Although that was definitely not the quote.
Alyssa Romano with the pass. And it's worked over to Jenna Myhall. Cece Colombo over for Emma McLaughlin and looks back the other way. Gives it to Myhall. And to the far side of the field, Gia Colombo sends a pass down low as it's worked behind the Mavericks net. And there's a wild-looking pass, and chasing it down is Erin Sistek for the Spartans. And UT, a little bit of luck on that one. Look out, as Gia Colombo, I don't think, knew that there was a defender approaching her. And how about that call? The Mavericks will get an opportunity going back the other way. And hold on, whistles, stopping play again. And just as I was about to say, Mercy College with an opportunity for their first lead at the game. And the momentum has really swung here as the Mavericks like to get set up. Hold on, the ground ball picked up by Mercy College. And this is Jessica Denicky looking for an open teammate. And now Denicky, dropped by Rosenfeld and picked up by Olivia Mott for the Spartans. And so UT will start it back the other way. Pass goes across midfield to Myhall. Myhall, a quick look back over her shoulder, gets a pass up ahead for Pierpont. Pierpont looking like she's going to go behind the net. Now sends a pass that way. And on the far side of the field, it goes to Emma McLaughlin up to Gia Colombo up top. Gia looking for an open teammate. And too closely defended, as the official indicates by the whistle and the stoppage in play. On the restart now, here's Myhall. Into the corner it goes. Cece Colombo with a pass into the corner as it's sent back up top. Myhall tries to get past the defender, has some room, cuts in, takes a shot, and might have gotten a piece of it. Goaltender Maute. And the official on the far side of the field, slow in making the call. As play stops 6 minutes, 22 seconds into this third quarter.
I'll say there's some criticism over there from Mercy's coaches as well. Not sure what exactly the call is, but I think whenever you look at players or even coaches that might be a little dissatisfied with calls, my personal thing up is in the booth, no matter how strict or lenient a referee is, if they're equal for both teams, if they're consistent in their rulings, they're doing a good job. And while personally I might feel they might have called a couple too many fouls, they might be not letting them play out as much as I'd personally like, but they've been consistent. It doesn't feel like one side's being unfairly given more fouls than the other. Even though Tampa, I think, has a few more free positions conceded in the game, they've all been justified.
So the Mavericks trailed 8-4 at the end of the first quarter, and you can do the math since we're tied at 12. They have outscored the Spartans ever since by that same 8-4. As we're just about set to have play resume from the far side of the field, that's Emma McLaughlin that's waiting for the restart. And two of the officials conferring, and they seem ready to go. And here's the Spartans on the restart. Up top with it, Gia Colombo over for Myhall to the near side. Hinkle pushes it into the corner. Quickly they move it behind the net. Cece Colombo on the run. Pass in front and mishandled a loose ball. And let's see who gets to it. A bunch of them battling for it. It's still loose. And out of the pack with it is Kelly Rosenfeld for the Mavericks. Rosenfeld carries on across midfield. Rosenfeld being chased. And look out, a stick got up a little high on her. She carries on. Pass connects. And another aggressive play there against Lena Musa.
I'll say in the lead up to the fast break chance, Malti took a big risk stepping out of the goal to try to make an interception. It almost backfired, but, well, it turned out good in the end. Mercy now have a free position right in front of goal.
Musa breaks in, takes a shot and scores. A bounce shot that beats Kylie Warnken, and the Mavericks have come all the way back to take their first lead of the game with 7:59 to go in the third quarter.
You got to feel for Warnken there. You got to feel for the entire Spartan side. Just something is going wrong. They haven't been able to convert the chances. Mercy have battled back, and great for them. And if you look at the stat sheet, they're about equal in shots on goal. Tampa just, I don't think, has been as good at getting shots on goal. 26 in total to 20. But as you said, we have a new ball game, and, well, it's completely new in the sense that Mercy now have the lead.
Yeah, I think you have to look at quality chances. And those prime scoring areas, Mercy College, if you look back, their goals have all come unofficially, in this reporter's opinion, as the saying goes. From those types of locations, Alyssa Romano on the run for the Spartans, and a new position for them in this game, trailing for the first time. And let's see how they respond as Romano pushes a pass up top. McGettigan sends it over on the far side of the field. And now it's risk for McGettigan. Peebles pushes it into the corner. And there's a pass that connects with Peebles again. Up top it goes. And McGettigan pushes it into the corner. Gia Colombo, her pass connects. And going down, now there's a whistle as Pierpont looked back and raised her palm to the official. Are you going to call that or what? The official did. Pierpont dusting herself off. And Lizzie going one-on-one here. Opts to pass. McGettigan, good ball movement. And that one hit the goalpost. And the ball's still loose. And the Spartans able to come up with it. Peebles with a pass over. Gets it right back. Peebles intended a pass for McGettigan and missed. It goes out of play. And so UT will turn it over. And there's an errant play by the Mavericks. And they're able to recover just in time as they get it up ahead and cross the UT line. That's Megan Callow. The pass goes into the corner. And down there with it is Jacqueline Grzalacek being watched. Holds on to a pass in front, misses, and they'll chase it down, picked up by the Mavericks.
Tampa was lucky that the pass just was missed there. It didn't hit the stick in the right way. If that one's caught, I think it's a 14-12 game.
Breaking in was Musa. And there's a pass to a... Oh, that one goes wide and out of play. It was a streaking Caitlin Grzalacek. 37 on the shot clock for the Mavericks. And they definitely have found new life here, putting on pressure. There's a shot. Warnken got a piece of that one. Rolls out of play. Possession stays with Mercy College. Szymborski. Pass over on the near side. Callow gives it back to her. Szymborski tries to get past the defender. And call against Sophie Risk. She's not happy with that call. I think I might tend to side with her on that one.
And even like whoever we side with, you got to remember, you can't argue with City Hall.
Szymborski, a free position attempt here against Kylie Warnken, who, if you're just joining us, took over for Alex Walling, who had started the game. Walling played just under 33 minutes. And the fans starting to get vocal.
And I think that there might be, is there going to be a green card here for delay of game? Because as Tampa was looking to regroup the ball, Mercy had thrown it back in Tampa's direction. So I think there will be a 1-minute penalty for the delay of game call here.
And it's Aaron Szymborski who's going off for that call. And so an opportunity for the Spartans here. Let's see if they can convert on this power play and tie the game up. As they have it in the far corner. Now it's in behind the Mavericks net. Peebles with it. Up top, that's Gia Colombo. McGettigan with a pass over. Sent back in behind the Mavericks net again. Peebles with it. Looking up top. Gives it to McGettigan. Gia Colombo pass for Peebles. And the slot closed up. She tries the outside. Still holds on to it all the way behind the net. Pass in front. McGettigan. And defense all over her. 10 seconds on the call against the Mavericks. Spartans haven't been able to get a shot here on this power play. Gia Colombo with it. The penalty expires. And now there's a shot. Scores! And it doesn't matter that the Mavericks had successfully killed off the penalty. It ends up in the back of their net. And UT ties it 13-all with 3:59 to go in the third.
And that's good for the Spartans. They weren't rushing to beat the power play. They simply held it, and they were able to capitalize. They get it in close, and bang, find the goal. That's a good thing, Bruce. When a power play expires, you still have a little time before that advantage really does evaporate. If you're in the midst of finding the chance, you can still convert, and that's exactly what the Spartans did.
Sophie Risk gets the goal. Gia Colombo with the assist. And it took 11 minutes and 1 second for UT to get their first goal of this quarter. And it ties the game at 13. And now the ensuing draw. And I believe of violation called there against McGettigan. As you see the Mavericks in control here. Sent over for Szymborski. And now Rosenfeld backs up, sends it into the corner. They take it in behind the Spartans' net. Up top it goes. And nothing there as the Spartans force the pass to go up top. Rosenfeld trying to go one-on-one. And Alyssa Romano staying with her, not buying all the head fakes, and it goes out of bounds. And the official back there awarding possession to the Mavericks. Play carries on, pass in front, knocked down. And the Spartans, Riley McGettigan gets the turnover. And crossing midfield is O'Neal Gallinson. Gallinson across the Mavericks line. Olivia Mott being chased. Gia Colombo has it for Peebles. Allie Peebles sends the pass back. And now she'll get the return. And this is McGettigan. A little lob pass. Risk works her way inside. Scores! Sophie Risk gets her third goal of the game. And the Spartans go from trailing for the first time in the game to a one-goal lead with 2:17 to go here in the third quarter.
And with that, second Spartan picks up a hat trick. And I think if you look at the tail of the tape, we knew that it was going to be a pretty close and exciting game. And while Tampa was slightly favored, Mercy have given us a show. Tampa have responded. And the last time these two teams faced in 2016, it ended 10-9. And that, of course, was back when there were only two halves. We get an extra quarter after this with 2:17 to go in the third.
And we'll get the draw here at midfield. Cece Colombo for UT. And opposed on that draw by Caitlin Grizzlacek. As you see, Colombo control it herself. And a pass now over for Danny Waters. Now inside the Mavericks line, pushed to the corner. And with that draw control, the Spartans have now won 2/3 of them in this game, 20 of 30. And now in the restart, it goes up top to McLaughlin, over for Myhall, into the corner. Pierpont pushes it down low. CC Colombo with a pass, connects. Up top it goes quickly to Myhall. Quick ball movement here by the Spartans, as this is Emma McLaughlin with it. 70 seconds to go in the third quarter. And fighting through, scores! A great goal there. I believe that was Gia Colombo. And a terrific individual effort. And with 63 seconds left in the third quarter, Spartans' lead is 15-13.
The Spartans needed something. They may have just found it. Of course, you're talking about up until this point, the 13-12 deficit was when Tampa had no goals in the third quarter. And within the final 5 minutes, Tampa has responded with 3 to once again get back to a lead of 2. Another would get them back to a 3-point lead.
Gia Colombo gets her second goal of the game. And now Cece Colombo out there on the draw for the Spartans. As the pendulum swings toward the home team once again. And Cece Colombo controls that one herself. She was opposed by Caitlin Grizzlacek, as the Spartans are hungry and quickly take it down into the far corner. Hoping to make this a 3-goal lead as Emma McLaughlin picks it up. And let's see if they use the entire game clock and work for a final shot before this quarter ends. And Cece Colombo scores just an amazing goal. Wow, she was going down, and I thought that shot was going to go nowhere near the net, and instead it ends up in behind Olivia Maute.
What a goal there by CC Colombo. And Malte originally, I think, made contact, but then just couldn't find the ball as it rolled into the net. I'll tell people that are happy and they know it on the bench. It's Tampa who are doing some chorus line kicks on the sideline to celebrate their 4th straight goal. They started the first quarter 4 straight. They end the third quarter with 4 straight, although there will be time for a Mercy or Tampa final attack here in the third. But wow, this is exactly what Tampa needed. Their offense is back.
And for CC Colombo, that's her 2nd goal of the game. She also has an assist. And with 24 seconds remaining in the third, a 3-goal Tampa lead. And, oh, CC Colombo taken down by Kelly Rosenfeld. And there has to be a call made there. Not necessarily of the variety that we saw earlier in the game on Alyssa Romano, but wow. CC Colombo is going to thank the official for that one as Kelly Rosenfeld throws her stick in disgust as she sits down in the penalty area.
And I think you could tell that was a frustration foul there by Rosenfeld. And understandably, Mercy just has been struggling as of late, and that's when you sometimes let the anger get the best of you, and that foul will continue to hurt Mercy even more. And I know that'll be something that will be disappointing for Coach Sachs.
So a 2-minute cross-checking penalty against Kelly Rosenfeld. And it is the aforementioned CC Colombo who starts the ball ahead as the Spartans get set up and the Mavericks end with 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Don't know if they'll get a shot away before the quarter ends. Looks like they're content just to let the game clock wind down and take this power play into the fourth quarter. So through 3 complete, the Spartans with a 16-13 lead. And we'll be back with what's sure to be an exciting fourth quarter on TampaSpartans.tv.
My dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us.
And for college sports.
We are 7 minutes shy of 2 hours and just about to start the fourth quarter. I don't even know if I can say fourth and final quarter with the way this game has gone back and forth.
I know
UT
it's
in a 16-13 lead.
I got to say, Bruce, I know it's a jinx to mention overtime, but with the way this game has gone, that certainly is not out of the question. It's been a long affair. It's been a fun affair. We have seen a total of 29 goals get scored. Tampa's offense recently woke up and regave the Spartans the lead when Mercy took their first lead of the game early in the third.
Shots on goal through 3 quarters are 24-21 in favor of the Spartans. Draw controls are 22-10 in favor of the Spartans. And CC Colombo out there for this draw to start the fourth quarter against Emma Rippon for Mercy College. And you can just feel the tension in the air as the Mavericks control the draw. It's Rippon herself taking it down and being watched by Colombo. Tries to get past her. Cece stays with her. Rippon backs up towards the corner and gives up a pass to Szymborski. And up top it goes to Lena Musa. And a whistle here. Keep in mind that there's still 1:15 remaining in the penalty against Kelly Rosenfeld.
I think the call there with the whistle blow was Tampa had too many defenders on that side of the field. So the referee motioned for one of them to come over, and the player who did so was Emma McLaughlin.
And this should be a Mavericks time kill, you'd think. Interesting to get inside the head of head coach Dawn Sachs. Her team down by 3. And you work on killing off as much of your team's penalty as you can? Or do you say, let's try to get a shorthanded goal and cut the deficit to 2? Now they start to move the ball a little bit. Still 49 seconds left on the shot clock.
It's, I think, 1 second ahead of the penalty kill. So that theory of them trying to kill the penalty may be correct.
Emma Rippon did just look down to the other end of the field to check the scoreboard, meaning the penalty clock. And you see her in no hurry there. And she just backs up. And you're right, there's 1 second difference now. Rippon starting to make a move and chased down towards the end line. And the Spartans cause a turnover. And back they'll go the other way. Cece Colombo on the run, looking for an open teammate, sends it over, connects with Sistek. Sistek across the Mavericks line. A pass here for McLaughlin. Into the corner it goes. Mott takes it behind the net, sends a pass over to McGettigan. And the penalty has expired against the Mavericks, but UT setting up here, trying to go back into a 4-goal lead that we haven't seen in quite some time. Unofficially, I can remember 10-6. That might have been the last time UT was up by 4.
Yeah, I think that was back when they were having some good momentum in the second quarter. But ever since then, Mercy had kept it within 3, then 2, then got off to the early lead, and we'll see if Tampa can bring it back up to 4.
Gia Colombo, a pass over, and gets it right back. Now she'll try this side of the field as Emma McLaughlin tries to spin around the defender. Behind the net it goes to Mott. Mott comes out, sends a pass up top, and here's Gia Colombo once again. 15 on the shot clock. Spartans need to get it towards the net now. McLaughlin with a pass and a little spin move inside. The ball is loose, and 5 seconds left. McLaughlin needs to shoot and just dumps it into the corner as the shot clock expires, and that's going to sting a little bit. Wasted possession.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a shame there for Tampa, but they might be satisfied to kill some clock. They're up by 3, and obviously as time goes on, it will become more of a factor. But obviously Mercy will be ecstatic with that defense, and if they can score here, it'll be an even closer ball game, which is definitely far from over. 11:30 to go.
Mavericks on offense here. Rosenfeld over for Musa.
And scored. Musa with a big goal here. 11:17 to go in the game, and Mercy are back within 2. And while Tampa may have been content about that previous possession, Mercy are able to respond with a well-worked offensive play. And now, Tampa might be feeling a little less sure of themselves. And maybe some doubt will creep in more, and that's certainly what Mercy will hope. It could open up another opportunity for the Mavs.
Lena Musa now has 4 goals in this game, just like Sarah Hinkle on the Spartans score sheet. And so with 11:17 to go in the fourth, 16-14, as we await this draw between Emma Rippon of Mercy College, and I'm looking to see, that's either Sophie Risk or Riley McGettigan, waiting for the official to move out of the way. And it was McGettigan, and it's taken by Risk, coincidentally. Gives it back to McGettigan. Seeing how many times both of them can get their name called in the span of a few seconds. Spartans in control here. McGettigan passes it down into the corner for Mott. Plenty of time left here, and UT will clearly look to try to answer back after that Musa goal. There's a pass for Mott, and hold on, call made by the official on the far side of the field. Didn't like something that she saw in behind the net, as Lizzie Pierpont awaiting the official's whistle for the restart. And there it is. A pass for Gia Colombo. Colombo has some room, cuts in, and a shot that goes wide and out of play. And quickly on the restart, this is Risk up top for Gia Colombo for McGettigan. Quick ball movement by the Spartans. That's Sarah Hinkle on the far side. Sent down in behind the net. Mott, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Mott being chased. And hold on, another whistle. And that one's against the Spartans.
I think it's always hard to tell what those penalties are for and fouls, but no matter what, the outcome is going to be costly for the Spartans. It denies them a good chance. And I'll say Mercy got lucky that Colombo had missed the shot. She's not the type of player that misses a shot often when given a brand opportunity like that.
Knocked
good
down,
defense.
And the Spartans able to get the ball back without allowing a shot on goal by the Mavericks as Warnken starts it up. And here comes, there's a little bit of a whistle. Danny Waters on the restart. Waters across midfield. Connects with Romano. Alyssa Romano, nifty little move. Romano with a pass. Up ahead into the corner goes Mott. Sends it behind the Mavericks net. And now a pass for Peebles. Gia Colombo surveying her options. Pass over McGettigan. Peebles on the run. Two defenders on her. And a pass. It's on the ground. And let's see who comes out of the pack with it. And the Mavericks with 8.5 to go. And here they come up across midfield. Pass from Denicky. Goes across the Tampa line. Mavericks setting up on offense. Trying to cut this to a 1-goal deficit. It's moved over to Rosenfeld. Rosenfeld loses it, picks it right back up. Up top it goes. Rippon turns the corner, fires a shot, and Warnken makes the save. And Warnken fires it quickly up ahead. And off to the races. That's O'Neill Gallinson. Spartans carry on and take it all the way down in behind the Mavericks net. Mott with a pass in front. Hinkle, bounce shot, scores!
And what a goal there. Tampa was able to capitalize on the fast break. I'm not going to be fully sure how fast it was because the shot, I think, did take a bounce. Yes, it did, but still, what a goal for the Spartans. That's going to be crucial. They're leading by 3, and now we're officially halfway through the fourth quarter, 7:30 to go. And I think at this stage, Bruce, this is where you wonder if time begins to become a factor, whether Mercy start to get more desperate on offense.
And it sounds strange to say, but Sarah Hinkle quietly 5 goals in this game. And Olivia Mott picking up the assist. And collective exhale, I'm sure, from the Spartans faithful in the crowd here in the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex.
And sorry to interrupt really quickly, Bruce, but for Hinkle, that's 30 goals on the season. What a season from Hinkle, and honestly, it's potentially a season that will end up in the all-time record books as one of the best in goal scoring in Spartan history, as I know 10th on that list is, I think, maybe by 40 goals or 35. I was checking earlier in halftime.
This is Rippon with it. The Mavericks, an important draw control there. And that's Rosenfeld working on the far side of the field. Rosenfeld carries on behind the Spartans' net, comes out on this side, and met by a slew of Spartan defenders and goes down to the field, and the official already had the flag out. And the clock under 7 minutes now. And so Kelly Rosenfeld, who has 1 goal and 1 assist in this game, with a free position attempt now against Kylie Warnken. Breaks in, takes a shot, scores! And no, I believe is a crease violation called. And so the goal does not count. And UT say thank you very much. We'll take this back the other way and try to really take advantage of that. Looking to extend the lead as we're down to 6 minutes and 15 seconds. And this is Sophie Risk with it for the home team.
That's an incredibly costly turnover, because you're not just losing possession, you're losing a potential goal when you're trailing by 3. Now with 6 minutes to go, the window for a comeback is closing rapidly, and that is going to be something you'll definitely regret having done previously.
Mott takes it behind the net. Mott being chased, sends a pass to the far side. And Peebles on the run, and the official, I saw him with the flag, makes the call, and so Allie Peebles will get an opportunity here against Olivia Mauti, and a chance to make this a 4-goal Spartan lead. And here goes Peebles, takes the shot, hit the goalpost, and chasing it down on the far side is McGettigan, able to get there before it rolls out. Now a pass for Mott, little spin move, gives it back to McGettigan, and up top it goes to Peebles. Risk. Pass over for Gia Colombo, behind the net it goes. And to the other side of the field, the Spartans move it up top. Peebles gets around the defender, sends a pass over. Pierpont pushes it behind the net, and hold on, another whistle stopping play. And this is why we're 2 hours and 7 minutes in and still 5:07 to go in the fourth quarter. Lots of whistles, lots of penalties, lots of goals.
I'd say it's very uncharacteristic. Normally you'll see the referees let play go on a lot longer, but like I echoed earlier, as long as they're being consistent with how fouls are given, I'm completely fine with it. And it has been pretty even throughout the game. Tampa, the recipient of this penalty here, well, in the positive sense, they get a free position.
I believe that's Gia Colombo. Free position attempt here. And Gia, already with 2 goals in this game, along with an assist, takes a shot, scores! And that's going to be a tough one for the Mavericks. 5:04 to go in the fourth. And now a 4-goal Spartans lead. And I
think Mercy's going to try to talk it over, take a timeout. And I don't think it's over yet. It's not safe enough to say that that would be the dagger to the game, but it's certainly looking good for the Spartans. We're going to need Mercy to really score a lot to make this a close one, but they've done it before. I know the Spartans will be worried that they could do it again.
So the Mavericks take a timeout, and we will do the same and be back on TampaSpartans.tv.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because
5:04 left in the fourth quarter, 18-14. The Spartans in the lead and ready for the draw at midfield. And the ball's out, still loose, and the Mavericks in control. As you see, Caitlin Grzalacik running it down the far side. Time pretty much a factor at this point, as the Mavericks need to solve Kylie Warnken 4 more times just to tie this game up. Trying the far side is Leah Hansen, and she has to step back out under the defense of Emma McLaughlin as it's sent over to the near side. And a little juke step by Rosenfeld, cuts in the middle, can't get the shot away. And they call it against Rosenfeld. And a huge break there as the Spartans will take all the momentum that they've been building and head back the other way.
That's going to be a big turnover for the Spartans, and if they score here, it's very likely that would be under 3 minutes to go in the game, and that's where you really start to see the win probability spike for the Spartans.
And a little backhand pass by Pierpont into the far corner. And on the far side, Myhall on the run now. Pass that connects. It's over near the far sideline. And up top it goes. Gia Colombo gets past the defender. And now it's dropped. Ball is loose. And 4 of them chase it down. And the Spartans come out with it. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Cece Colombo fires a pass over for Gia Colombo. And UT obviously using as much clock as they can here. Emma McLaughlin with it to Cece Colombo. 7 on the shot clock. And Cece puts her shoulder down. Looks like she's going to cut in and try to get a shot away. No, content to let the shot clock expire. And a call being made here as the clock stops with 2:28, 2:27 remaining.
And I think there will be a free position attempt on the play for the Spartans.
Cece Colombo looks like she may not even attempt the shot on goal. Does, and fires it wide and out of play. Now the shot clock expires.
See, what they did is they stopped the shot clock with 1 second to go just to give the Spartans that last little chance. Colombo had the shot, it misses, and now Mercy have a chance to resume. And they do have a bit of a deficit, but again, we've seen crazier things happen before. It's never over until it's truly over.
And aggressive play defensively by Myhall. Does she cause the turnover ultimately? Still not controlled by either team. And indeed the Mavericks break out with it. And exactly 2 minutes left in regulation. And Mercy College is going to have to get to work awfully quick here. A couple of spin moves there. No shot available for Musa as it's moved over to the far side. Pass in front, they score! Quick and nice passing. And the Mavericks cut it to 18-15 with 1:39 to go.
Beautiful cross-crease pass, beating the Spartans' defense. And there was a lot of space behind the goal there. And a good job just to find the open player to put it in back of the net. That's an exact thing that Mercy needed, a quick goal. And with 1:39 to go, they're once again showing some signs of life. But I really can't stress, I think you'll see in the replay, just how good that pass was from Rosenfeld to find Szymborski just cutting to the net and making the shot.
Emma Rippon here in this draw against CC Colombo. Hugely important draw. And the Spartans will come out with it. That's Alyssa Romano. And now you know the Spartans will work to kill as much clock as they can. And it's turned over.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Bruce, but Romano had a potential opportunity, but as you mentioned, they wanted to kill the clock. However, Mercy now have won it back, and no, it's going to go Tampa's way.
Utter disbelief by Savannah Spodolek as the Spartans can kill off the entire game clock, as they won't even start the shot clock. It's down to 49 on the game clock. And it's played back to the goaltender. Warnken goes to the other side of the field. And now back for Danny Waters. Her pass up ahead. Hinkle over for Romano. Romano starts her sprint, being chased. Couple of defenders on her. Romano puts her shoulder down and essentially goes right through Szymborski. And down to 25 seconds on the game clock. So the Mavericks, as you see, getting possession, but it's going to be too late as they trail by 3 goals. And only 15 seconds left on the game clock now.
I think you're right, Bruce. I just don't think there'll be enough time, and this
look at
interception
the hustle.
should do it.
Wow. So impressive to see Emma McLaughlin and the Spartans still working this hard. As the horn goes to end what has been a tremendously entertaining evening of lacrosse, as the Spartans win it by a final score of 18-15. And this game was back and forth all night long, and ultimately UT gets the victory to improve to 7-2 on the season. And a tough loss for Mercy, as they're going to have to sit with this one for a week. They head back north, and they don't play again until a week from today when they host Roberts Wesleyan. And not going to be very fond memories as they leave the Sunshine State. A really tough loss here against the Spartans.
2 tough games against 2 of the top teams in the nation. At least Mercy will be gaining, I think, a little bit of a sense of, hey, we need to work harder and do better for the future. And a loss like this can certainly motivate them, just like the Pace loss motivated the Spartans. They started the game off with a flurry of goals, and they were able to reignite the fire late and take the lead that ultimately they'd hold on to.
And the Spartans will remain home and get right back to action on Tuesday, a 6 p.m. start at home against Frostburg State. And what a night for the home team as the fans go home happy, seeing 18 goals by the home team. This started off 8-4 by the Spartans at the end of the first quarter, and then the game really took on a different complexion after that. Sarah Hinkle leads the way with 5 goals in the victory. Gia Colombo finishes with 3, and both Erin McLaughlin and Cece Colombo had 2. Sophie Risk had a 3-goal game herself, and a couple of the Mavericks finish with 3-goal performances, being Emma Rippon and Erin Szymborski, and leading the way was Lena Musa with 4. but not enough as the Spartans take the 18-15 victory. And Taylor, I think the Mercy fans disappointed in the outcome, but still the competitiveness, the way that they held close with Tampa through the whole game and came back and took a lead at one point has to be encouraging for them.
I think so too, and again, we wanted a competitive game, and I think both fans can walk away saying that they enjoyed this one. I'm not sure if I'd put it up with an instant classic, but certainly a lot of fun moments, a lot of great goals, and a lot to look forward to for both teams. And, you know, they're across the nation, but should they find some good success late in the season, I think this would be a very, very entertaining rematch come playoff time.
So a fun evening of lacrosse here this evening. The Spartans win at 18-15. For Taylor Stolworthy and Bruce Wozniak, my thanks as always to Andre Pyatt. Glad you could be with us on this Saturday evening here on TampaSpartans.tv.